Warning! You have to talk to your DM if you plan on using this spell. Now let's start the video. Single target damage spells normally suck, but today we're gonna look at one of the best ones in the whole game. It's called Phantasmal Force. I've always wanted to make a video out of this, but it's insanely hard to do because everyone runs this spell differently because of illusions. But I'm gonna do my best and give you good ideas. Welcome to Pack Tactics, where we listen to Iron Maiden. Phantasmal Force, 2nd level concentration spell that lasts for a minute. Action, 60-foot range. You attempt to craft an illusion in the mind of a creature you can see within range. The target makes an intelligence saving throw. On a failed save, you create a phantasmal object, creature, or other phenomenon that is no larger than a 10-foot cube and that is perceivable only by the target for the duration. The phantasm includes sound, temperature, and other stimuli. The target can take a study action to examine the phantasm with an intelligence investigation check against your spell save DC. If the check succeeds, the target realizes that the phantasm is an illusion, and the spell ends. While affected by the spell, the target treats the phantasm as if it were real, and rationalizes any logical outcomes from interacting with it. For example, if the target steps through a phantasmal bridge and survives the fall, it believes the bridge exists and something else caused it to fall. An affected target can even take damage from the illusion if the phantasm represents a dangerous creature or hazard. On each of your turns, such a phantasm can deal 2d8 psychic damage to the target if it is in the phantasm's area or within 5 feet of the phantasm. The target perceives the damage as a type appropriate to the illusion. That's right! 2024 rules boosted the spell. It does 2d8 now instead of 1d8. So it's 2 times stronger now. For those that don't know, the best save to force in the game is intelligence because majority of enemies have really bad intelligence saves. The average is like 70% of the time. So this spell is going to stick quite consistently. Once the creature fails, in order for them to get rid of this spell is either they break your concentration, which is honestly the best bet but can be really hard depending on the illusion you make. Like, let's say there's a 10-foot dragon right in front of them. That's the illusion. They have to treat this illusion as if it was real to them. So this veteran might disengage, run away, or swing at the dragon. Whatever. There's so many things that can happen with just this basic idea alone. I'm pretty sure I've already convinced you guys why this spell is fantastic. It's control, distraction, and damage over time, so long as the phantasmal is in the area or within 5 feet of the enemy. They can't ignore this spell. They will be interacting with it for a few rounds. The second way for them to break out of this is to make an intelligence investigation check that costs a whole action to do. And remember what I said, most enemies in the game are insanely bad at this. They usually have a success chance of 30%, so they're utterly screwed when this spell lands, and it's so insanely hard for them to get rid of it. I've seen this spell many times. I've even seen DMs cast this on players, and oh my god, it's a nightmare to fight against. This spell destroys. It's so funny that they boosted this spell now. It was already insanely strong, but whatever, I'll take it. By the way, this video is sponsored by Indominant. It's a futuristic superhero role-playing game. It's kind of like Marvel Rivals. Koopel got to play it. Oh my god, it is super duper fun. Me, Tabletop Builds, Tales from Elsewhere, D&D Shorts, and the devs came together and played the beginner module, and I was blown away from the experience. I made my own character and rolled up a super gator with 4 arms that could manipulate the earth. I was the tank of the party. Koopel, you were playing as me? Yes, but actually cool instead of cringe. Anyways, this is a pretty easy system with deep player mechanics that grab the best parts of 4E, and it translates super duper well. I felt like a super gator, and what is incredible is we're all 5E players, and we figured this out after the first round. I was the only one who made my own character, and for everyone to pick up on the rules like that so fast is an achievement. We were level 3 with tons of fun features. We had like 12 of them. I had a Nova attack, I had a AoE features. I could combo with my team. Everyone felt like really powerful, which is really good for a superhero game. I am very impressed by the game language and how it's written. Everything clicked for me. The interactions you could make in and out of combat are so impressive. I would love to play this game again. I am literally not joking when I say this is tabletop game of the year for me. I highly recommend backing this amazing system, especially if you like superhero stuff. Kobold isn't into superheroes. He only likes fantasy. Yeah, I'm actually not the target audience here, but I am so incredibly impressed with this system. It's opened a whole new world for me. These mechanics are incredible. You do not want to miss out on this incredible book. Back to the video. Now let's talk about stuff that some of you might not like. So clear warning again. Some of the stuff that I will mention now might not fly at your table. You have to talk to your DM on how they run illusions, and specifically this spell if you plan on using this. Okay? So no mad comments. Everyone's on the same page. Let's talk about a phantasmal that goes on a creature. Like, for example, Hot Tar and Feather. That's a good way to torture and humiliate the enemy. The problem with the dragon example I provided before is once they're away from the dragon, they won't take the 2d8 damage anymore. It has to be within 5 feet. But with something like Tar and Feather, that will stick to them and travel with them. That no save dot effect is 9 average damage. That's pretty good. Now, technically, the Phantasmal doesn't move with the enemy if we go hyper rules as written. But the enemy has to treat this as if it was 100% real and rationalizes any logical outcomes from interacting with it. They can feel the tar and feathers even though it's an illusion. They have to do something about it. Most DMs from my experience treat this as if it was traveling with them. The dragon example I provided before is technically not animated rules as written. I'm pretty sure everyone watching this video imagined an animated dragon, so I absolutely think stuff like this will pass. But again, just in case, you have to talk to your DM. Kobold, what's your favorite Phantasmal? Iron Maiden. It's the best one. The enemy is trapped in an Iron Maiden, which will force them to do nothing but to try to use the study action because they have no other option. Out of all the examples I provided so far, this is probably the most believable. But Kobold, that would provide another condition. Well, maybe. Like, when you think of an Iron Maiden, you think that would provide the blinded and restrained condition to the enemy. And some tables actually do provide those bonuses as a reward for creativity, even though it goes against rules as written. The tables I play at don't provide those bonus conditions, but the enemy still behaves in a way where this is real. They will stand there and take the study action until they figure it out. This is a creative spell that can be insanely powerful depending on the table, and even at hyper rules as written tables, it's super strong. There are phantasmals that the enemy just cannot ignore, and will waste actions on no matter what. Everyone's gonna fall for it, even smart people and people who know this spell. This is real to them if they fail to save. This is a super fun and really powerful spell, especially with creativity. You're playing a tabletop game, so you might as well take advantage of that creativity. You can literally think of anything, and chances are high it's going to be very effective. Well, unless you come up with something really stupid, but I highly doubt you're going to do that. This second level spell is going to be relevant throughout your entire career. 10 out of 10 spell. I highly recommend it. End of video. Remember to check out Indominant on BackerKit. It's an incredible system. Anyways, thank you for watching. Bye bye!